coming to you on what I'm calling our Sun Salute Sunday to bring you a flow that is grounding but also very balancing and will allow you to feel a bit more connected to the earth, with yourselves, feel a little bit more stability, and find some feelings of comfort amidst the chaos that's happening right now. We're going to be using a mudra, which is the Lotus mudra. You're going to be bringing the heel of your hands together. Your pinkies are going to touch and your thumbs will touch. So you're going to see this a few times throughout our flow. So just wanted to make sure you knew what was coming and what it looked like. We'll be using that throughout and interlacing it in. So just get ready, come to find a comfortable seat, and just make sure you have any propping that you might need around you, and allow yourselves to find some stillness for the beginning part of our flow together. Maybe rock a bit to try and find a seat that feels best for you. And then once you feel stable and ready, allow yourself to find a moment of quiet. Taking a breath in, a breath out, another big breath in, another big breath out. One more breath in, one more breath out. Allow yourself to come into this moment, setting aside anything that happened before you pressed play. And allow your mind to rest in the flow of your breath in and out. You have nothing else you need to do for the next few moments, but be here now, finding some grounding, finding some balance, and finding some stability, and balancing even amidst any kind of chaos that's going around us. And your next inhale in, come to bring your hands together, placing the heel of your hands together, your pinky and your thumb together, coming to find that Lotus mudra. Taking a breath in, we're going to link this mudra up and down with our breath. So as we take a breath in, on our inhale, we're going to reach that mudra up above our head. And as we take a breath out, we're going to bring our hands into Anjali mudra at heart center. So breathing in, letting your lotus rise up, just like we're going to be rising very soon. Finding some balance and stability. And exhale to bring our hands right back down, remembering that the earth is there to hold you up so that you can root down to allow yourselves to rise up. As you're ready, take a breath out. And then on your next inhale in to a count of 4, inhaling 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhaling, hands come back down to 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhaling 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhaling 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhaling 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhaling 1, 2, 3, 4. And take a moment, keeping your hands at heart center. And just noticing the effects of that breath in your body, in your mind. And then on your next inhale in, to release your arms down to either side, reach them out and all the way up overhead. Exhale, your arms are right back down by your sides. Inhale, arms reach out and all the way up, big breath in. Exhale to reach your arms right back down by your sides. Inhale, arms reach out and all the way up. As you exhale, put your right palm down. Take a side stretch over to the right hand side. Come to bend into your elbow. Open up your chest, look up. And as you exhale, take that left elbow toward your right knee. Inhale to open that back up. Exhale to bow that in. Inhaling to open that back up. Exhale to bow that in. Inhaling it up and then releasing that arm right back where it came. In your next inhale, reach both of your arms out and all the way up. And as you exhale, plant your left palm down. Take a side stretch over to the left hand side. Come to bend into your right elbow. Inhale to open up here. And as you exhale, bow that in, bringing your elbow towards your knee. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to bow that in. Inhaling to lengthen. Exhale to bow that in. Inhale to lengthen and then release that arm alongside your cheek or your ear. Inhale, arms reach out and all the way up. Exhale to hinge forward. And your inhale, bring yourself back up through center. Switch the shin that's on top to the opposite shin. And this time, as you take your next breath in, you're going to be reaching your arms out and all the way up. Bend into both of your elbows. Interlace your hands behind the nape of your neck. Inhaling here, and you're pressing your head into your hands, not your hands into your head. Big breath in, and as you exhale, you're bringing your elbows toward one another, taking almost a seated cat. Inhale to open this back up, taking a seated cow. Exhale to find a seated cat. Inhaling and back up for a seated cow. Exhaling, seated cat. Inhaling, seated cow. Exhaling, seated cat. Inhale to reach back through a neutral spine. Reach your arms out to the sides and all the way back up. And as you exhale, hinging forward here. Big breath in, big breath out. On your next inhale, walk your hands back up through center. And then come to remove any propping that's underneath you, unless you need something for underneath your knees to give yourself a little bit of padding for your knees. Just take a moment to move anything out that isn't necessary in this moment. And on your inhale, you're planting into all of your shoulder pads, or your finger pads, taking a breath in here. And as you take your next breath out, you're coming to round into your spine, finding your cat tilt. Inhale, let your belly drop down, look up. Exhale, round your spine, cat. Inhaling through your cow. Exhaling through your cat. Inhaling through your cow. Exhaling through your cat. Inhaling to a neutral spine. Because we're finding the balance in the midst of chaos, we are going to come to find some balance here. So extend your right leg behind you with your right toes tucked. Take a big breath in here, and then maybe see if you want to reach your left fingertips in front of you. Maybe you're staying like this, or maybe you're staying on your inhale if you could lift your arm and your leg. Exhale that down. Inhaling your arm and your leg up. Exhaling that down. Inhaling to reach your arm and your leg back up. Exhaling that down. On your next inhale, take a moment to keep that right leg extended and then take your toes over to the right hand side. Turn and look at your toes. Inhaling your leg back up. Exhale it back in. Big toes touch, knees come wide apart. Sit back to find child's pose for a moment. You can find stillness in your child's pose, or maybe you're swaying a bit in your child's pose. And on your next inhale, come to rise back up through all fours. This time you're extending your left leg long behind you, reaching your right fingertips forward, engaging everything in towards your midline, waking up your core here, reminding itself it needs to support you. And if you would like, lifting up your arm and your leg. Exhaling that down. Inhale to lift. Exhale it down. Inhale to lift. Exhale it down. Inhale to lift. Exhale that down. Slide your right palm in. Take your left toes over to the right hand side. Turn to the right to look at them. Inhale your leg right back up behind you. And as you exhale, bring your knees in. Together. This time you're walking your hands back toward your knees. So we're going to find a toe squat here, or what we sometimes call toe love. Plant your palms down. Start to tuck your toes behind you. And you're coming to find yourself in this toe squat. So again, finding our balance, even in poses where we may not necessarily always feel balanced. Taking a breath in here, a breath out. A breath in, and a breath out. On your next exhale, you're rounding into your spine. Find a cat tilt. Inhale, finding a cow tilt. Exhaling cat. Inhaling cow. Exhaling cat. Inhaling cow. Take a big breath in. And this time you're coming to plant your hands back down onto the mat. Start to tuck your toes and your hips back and up. Find your downward facing dog. Breathing in here and breathing out. Inhale to shift forward into plank pose. Seeing if we can find our balance in this plank. Big breath in. Big breath out. Big breath in. As you exhale, lower your knees down. Untuck your toes lower all the way down into your belly. On your inhale, press into the tops of your feet. And just see if you can come to rise up through your cobra. Exhale that down. Inhale, retuck your toes, press yourself back up through plank. And as you exhale, downward facing dog. You're breathing in here and breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. On your next inhale, start to walk your feet up towards your hands. Inhaling up halfway, exhaling to forward folds. Inhale, scooping your belly, rising up one vertebrae at a time. Once you get there, coming to find your Tadasana or your mountain pose. So grounding down to all four corners of your feet. We're going to be playing with our balance here and taking a flow through these poses. So we're just going to keep adding on. This first round, you're grounding down into your right foot. On your inhale, you're coming to lift that left knee up, taking a balancing pose. So pressing into your right foot, inhale, left knee rises. Seeing if you can ground down, feeling the energy from the earth rise all the way up. And as you exhale, you're coming to bring your left leg behind you. Soften your back knee down. Find a low lunge here. Maybe you're interlacing your hands on your knee. And maybe you're taking some gentle pulses here. But if you want to add on and take this a little bit further, you can come to interlace your hands behind your head like we did in our warm-up. Take a breath in here. On your inhale, you're bringing your chest forward. And as you exhale, you're rounding your spine, elbows come toward each other. Inhale, pulsing forward. Exhale to bring that in. Inhale, pulsing forward. Exhale to bring that in. And if your hands were here, all you're doing is taking this inhale forward. Exhale to bring it in motion. Big breath in here as you exhale. Plant your hands down. Tuck your back toe. Lift your back knee. Step your left foot back up to the front of the mat. Inhaling up halfway. Exhaling forward fold. On your next inhale, you're coming to rise up, but this time you're planting your weight into your left foot. Bending into your right knee and seeing if you could lift your right knee up here. Finding balance. Finding your core. Letting the energy from your roots of your feet rise all the way up. And as you exhale, you're bringing your right leg back behind you. Soften your back knee down. Low lunge again. Same options. Maybe you're just pulsing in and out here. Maybe expanding your chest as you come forward and rounding it as you move back. Or Maybe your hands are behind your head. Remember, you always have the option to put blankets underneath your knees to protect your knees. On your inhale, you're opening. Exhale to close it in. And this can be a very subtle movement. It doesn't have to take a lot. Inhale to open, exhale to bring that back in. Inhale to open, exhale to bring that back in. Inhaling to open, exhale to bring that back in. Inhale, open, reach your arms out and all the way up. Plant your hands down. Tuck your back toe, lift your back knee. And as you exhale, send your foot back. Find your downward facing dog here. Big breath in. As you exhale, bring your knees down to all fours. Start to walk your hands back towards your knees. You're in your toe squat again, right where we started. So in your toe squat, you're making sure that all of your toes feel the love in this pose. Maybe moving your pinky toe to giving it toe love here also. Take a moment, exhale, round your spine. Inhale to open that back up. Exhale to round your spine. Inhale to open that back up. Exhale to round your spine. Inhale to open up. This time, you're going to take your hands in front of your heart, making that same lotus mudra. On your inhale, see if you can balance on your toes. Press into your heels, arms reach out and all the way up overhead. As you exhale, hinging at the hips to forward fold. Inhaling up halfway, exhaling forward folds. On your inhale, you're coming back down into all fours. Send your hips back and up, downward facing dog. Staying here, or option to shift forward to take a vinyasa here, coming into your plank. Exhale your knees down, untuck your toes, lower all the way down into your belly. Breathing in here, pressing into the tops of your feet, elbows work their way towards your lower ribs. Inhale, rise up, cobra. Exhale to lower down. Retuck your toes, press yourself back up through plank. Exhale, we're all meeting in our downward facing dog. Some of us may already be there. You're still doing all the same hard work, even if you're holding your down dog. On your inhale, come to walk your feet towards your hands. Inhaling up, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. We're just adding on. So on your inhale, you're coming to rise up one vertebrae at a time. On your inhale, you're pressing down into your right foot so that when you take your next breath in, you're lifting your left knee up into the air. As you exhale, you're bringing your left leg back behind you. Breathing in here, breathing out. On your exhale, you're coming to plant your palms down, straighten your front leg, then bending into it. So we're taking out our low lunge on this side, but inhale to straighten, exhale to bend. Inhale to straighten, exhale to bend. Inhale to straighten. Stay with your legs straight and turn to face the side of your mat. Both of your toes are turning straight to face the side of your mat. On your inhale, you're coming halfway up. Exhale to forward fold. Inhale, pressing into your feet, coming to rise all the way up. Arms come out parallel to the earth. Come to turn your left toe or your right toe to face out to the right hand side. Bend into your right knee. On your inhale, you're straighten your legs, straighten your arms. Exhale, rebend. Just to take a moment to find a sweet spot in your warrior two. Take a breath in and then come to bend into your elbows. Same motion we've been doing. Maybe you're staying here. Breathing in. If you want to take this further, take your right elbow towards your right knee. Any amount that feels comfortable, inhale that back up. Exhale, elbow toward knee. Inhaling back up. Exhale, elbow toward knee. Inhaling back up. Release your arms. Take a breath in to flip your front palm, to tip it up and back to find your peaceful or radiant warrior, opening up this whole side body. And on your next exhale, you're cartwheeling your hands down to frame out that front foot. Take a breath in, and all you're doing is stepping your back leg to meet your front leg. We're just gonna come to repeat that on the opposite side. So on your inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to forward fold. Inhale to press into your feet, arms reach out and all the way up. This time you're picking your right knee up in front of you, big breath in. As you exhale, send that right leg back behind you. You're railroading at your feet here to give you a little bit of extra space. And then if you have blocks, you can use them underneath your hands. But taking a breath in here, straighten that front leg. Exhale, bend. Inhale to straighten. Exhale to bend. I'm just going to turn so that you can see me on this side. Inhale to straighten. Exhale to bend. Inhale to straighten, and then staying here as you straighten it. Turn both of your toes to face the side of your mat, and if you need to readjust to see me, that's fine. On your inhale, come halfway up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold. Inhaling halfway up. Exhaling to fold, pressing into your feet, but coming to turn your toes out and your heels in. Come to take your forearms and grab onto your shins. Bring your elbows towards your knees, and then you're coming to rise up. Big breath in here. Reach your arms out and all the way up. Taking this goddess pose variation. Inhale to straighten. Arms come out to the sides. Turn your toes to face each other. Arms come back out to the sides. Then turn your left toe to face out to the left-hand side. We're just taking that warrior two on the opposite side here. On your inhale, straighten your arm, straighten your leg. Exhale, bend, finding your foundation, planting firmly into the earth. Breathing in, hugging all the muscles to the bone, bringing everything into the midline. Come to take a big breath in here, and same option, maybe you're interlacing your hands behind you. Exhale to bend that down. Breathing in. Exhale that down. Breathing in here. Exhaling it down. Breathing in here. Releasing your arms. Flipping your front palm. Tipping yourself up and back to take a peaceful warrior. Breathing in here. As you exhale, you're cartwheeling your hands down. This time, you're taking your step back to find your downward facing dog. On your inhale, optional vinyasa, shifting forward into plank. Exhale to lower your knees down and tuck your toes lower all the way down. Inhale, rising up through your cobra. Exhale to lower that back down. Inhale, pressing yourself back up through your plank pose. And as you exhale, downward facing dog. And if you were in your down dog, we're just meeting you right here. Exhale your knees down. Walk your hands back to find your knees. Take a big breath in here. Breathing in and breathing out. You know where we're going because we just did this, but on your exhale, you're rounding your spine, finding your cat tilt. Inhaling your cow tilt. Exhaling cat. Inhaling cow. Exhaling cat. Inhaling cow. Come to release your hands toward the mat. On your next inhale, you're finding your toe squat. The same toe squat we've been working with this whole time. Except this time you're pressing yourself up to see if you can find your toe squat right away, taking your knees off the ground. If it's too much, keep your knees down. And just know you might need your hands to press up at some point to find your way to your heels. Take a moment to find your Lotus mudra at heart center. Pinky toe and thumb meeting, heel of the hands meeting, arms outstretched like a flower. Press into your heels, reach your arms out and all the way up. As you exhale, bring your arms down by your sides. We're just going to take a balancing walk to the front of the mat. So on your inhale, and if you have blocks nearby, which I thought I had, but I do not. If you have blocks nearby, they would be quite helpful for underneath your hands. So if you have them, grab them and place them in your palms. Take a step forward with your right leg. On your inhale, plant your blocks down or your hands to the earth. And then just start to press into your right leg to lift your left leg up and back behind you. Maybe seeing if you can come up onto your fingertips. Taking a slight bend into your right knee and maybe seeing if you can bring your hands up. Maybe seeing if you could fly your arms back, finding your warrior three here. Breathing in. Exhale that foot down. Inhale, rise back up. Take a step forward with your left foot. We're just repeating that one more time. Planting that foot down on your inhale, you're lifting your right leg up and back behind you. Maybe your palms are on blocks. Maybe your fingertips are on the earth. But just checking in and making sure that you're pressing down through the earth with your standing leg. Your back toes are pointing down also. On your inhale, start to find some length. Breathing in, maybe flying your warrior three here. Exhale to bring that forward. Awesome job. We're going to come back down to the mat, how we've been rising up. So on your inhale, bring your Lotus mudra above your head. Big breath in. As you exhale, start to bend into your knees. Find that Lotus mudra in your toe squat. And as you exhale, come to lower your hips down. And then you're coming to lower all the way down to the earth. We did a lot of work here, and it's time to take a small rest. Take your feet about hips width distance apart. You're going to take a moving bridge here. So on your inhale, reach your arms up and overhead. As you exhale, press into your feet, start to lift your hips up, arms come alongside your body. Releasing that back down. Exhaling to rise up. Inhaling to lower down. Pressing into your feet, rising up. Lowering down. And one more time, rising up. Exhale to lower down. Hugging your knees in toward your chest. Start to make some circles on your sacrum in one direction. Maybe switch those circles in the opposite direction. Let your feet go flat on the mat. Take your arms into a T shape. Bring your feet as wide as the mat with your knees bent. And as you exhale, let your knees fall over to the right hand side, and maybe you're turning your head to look toward the left. Inhaling your knees back up through center. As you exhale, release your knees over to the left hand side and turning to look to the opposite direction. Inhale your knees back through center. Come to extend your legs long on the mat in front of you. Taking a moment to find some rest here. Taking a big breath in and a big breath out. Allowing your body to be supported by the earth. Remembering that the earth and the breath are your life partners. And the earth is always there to support you, to ground you, to remind you that you are safe. You are enough and you have enough in this moment and within. As you're ready, come to hug your knees in towards your chest. And slowly roll to your right hand side and pause. And then come to gently press your way up into a comfortable seated position. close how we began, bringing our hands into our Lotus mudra. Big breath in, big breath out. Another big breath in. Big breath out. And this next inhale, reach your arms out and all the way up, remembering just like the Lotus, we still rise even amidst chaos and muck and conditions that we cannot control. And as you exhale, bringing your hands back down, finding Anjali Mudra at heart center. Thank you for practicing with me today. Don't forget to just be, just breathe. Have a great rest of your day, and don't forget that you can still find balance amidst the chaos. Namaste. Bye, yogis.